Yo, can you imagine where you guys would be if you listened to all the whistleblowers like 10 years ago? Shit, man. You know, I can't point fingers. Conspiracy's been going on since before I was born, right? It just took, like being affected personally, I guess, to even start to comprehend the magnitude of the problem that we are dealing with. But we're getting better. A lot more people are noticing. And that's a wonderful thing because it's going to take all of us. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat to watch everybody, come together. And, obviously we're not there yet. But there's a clear path and direction, right? Just like they clearly want to control the mind. They want to just control every part of human existence to the point where it's not human anymore, So this is the noticing. Everybody's noticing. Beautiful thing. But can you guys imagine where you'd be right now if you just fucking listened to us? And for the people who aren't listening today and you're like too lazy to go look up like simple keystrokes on the computer or your phone or whatever you use just to verify what's been going on, because you either can't face it or you don't want to accept the reality that you live in. Okay, if you want to go hide in a corner somewhere, like, okay, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but, the people that want to gaslight and say that the people who know what they're talking about don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with you. Anybody who opens their stupid fucking mouth who's like gaslighting other people for telling the truth, I'm gonna fuck with you. Because I don't like liars. I hate that shit. And just so no one thinks I'm like threatening anyone. Because that's what they have to do, is they have to lie about us, so they can try to use their fake and gay laws to arrest us so they don't arrest the pedophiles. How's that jail prison system business working out? Everyone who's a non-violent offender, right? Anyone who like didn't hurt anyone, right? Didn't hurt a kid or didn't hurt another person should be the fuck out of jail, like right now. And apparently everyone who's in government and Congress should be in jail. Probably law enforcement, Hollyweird, education system, corporate, right? So but can you guys imagine where we'd be right now today in society? No, I'll stop. It doesn't matter. We still have a long way to go, right? No celebratory victory dance, right? Because shit's upside down and a half. And if they're allowed to press on and continue forward, then everyone will have a full frontal lobotomy with the self-assembling nanotechnology or whatever the fuck they're doing with the DARPA N3 program, right? And I'm quite positive that the FISA 702 and the fusion centers and the state police and the FBI and all the stuff that they're doing with their information gathering, right? And the failed Pentagon audits. Trillions and billions and trillions and billions. Oh, but they can't arrest Epstein's clients. They have all this information. They're tracking everyone under the skin all the time, everywhere. Oh my goodness, but they can't arrest the real criminals. Yeah, and if you believe that, then you probably took the vaccine. Sorry. I know, I can't even joke about that either. It's in the vegetables and the meat and everything. They geo-fucking-engineered the whole population. Let's be real. And then what else? We were talking about fusion centers and what else? I don't know. There's some obvious other glaring example too. I'm sure there's many. But yeah, let's just hit the pause button for a second. Let's have conversations. Let's have the conversation like adults, right? Just basic right and wrong stuff. Don't hurt kids, right? Don't abuse our rights. Let's follow the Constitution, right? I mean, just basic stuff so we can like have a society, you know. And I don't know, why is Donald Trump, not that I don't want to call out any one individual, because obviously there's a hidden hand cabal that operates through a currency of blackmail that controls everything, and everything we see on the screen is fake and gay anyway. But you know, why is this country allowed to keep starting wars and genociding other countries, right? Nobody supports that. None of us support that. None of us support anything that the people in power have been doing ever, right? The best that they have are campaign promises. You know, I was watching, it was in Arizona, maybe Glendale, and I think it was 2023 or 2024, I forget, you know. It was August 23rd, 2024. And it was Trump and RFK Jr., right? And you should go listen to that. So you can find it on YouTube. Arizona, Glendale, August 23rd, 2024. It's like Trump's campaign speech with RFK Jr. And you just got to listen to what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like, just go listen to all the promises and everything they're saying, the way that speech was structured, and what they outlined for the future of the country, and all the promises that they're made. And then, like, look at what's going on now. You know what I mean? So, and my point isn't to, like, reference that as some obscure, different thing that happened. They're all the same. They lie on the campaign trail, they get into office, and they continue the agenda that they were bribed to do. It's not complicated, you know? This is just what's been going on. And that's the part that we're all catching up to. But that's the part we're all starting to realize. It's clear as day. These people don't give a fuck about us. In fact, they're working very hard against us to experiment on us, control us, so that they can continue trafficking kids or whatever they're doing. Pure evil. But can you imagine if you listened to us 10 years ago? I think this week's gonna get like exponentially worse, in terms of just irrefutable, you know. And it's not clear, like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna flip a switch and just like knock out whatever percent of the population, because we're all hooked up to the cloud, right? We're electrical beings. You are a node on the network until we decide to flicker a switch, you know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they're gonna do fucking nothing and shut the fuck up and go to jail. How about that? I don't know. It's kind of a long one. Anything else we should cover? Truth, transparency, and accountability. I don't see another way forward for a civilized society. If you're a free-thinking, logical, critical thinking adult, I don't see another way forward. Truth, transparency, conversation, big boy conversation, all the adults in the room. If you're here to lie and you're here to gaslight others, then you don't have a voice. We are a solutions-oriented population that has the children's interests and all of humanity's best interests in mind. There's that phrase again, best interests. Now, the people who have abused their power under the color of law need to be removed immediately, if not sooner. Right? They violated their oaths, and they gotta go. Like, there's no... You swore an oath to the Constitution, you fucked over everybody else's rights, you gotta go. Again, I have to clarify every time I talk, because I've been prosecuted by the state of Connecticut, right? I have to clarify what I'm saying so that people don't interpret it as a threat, because I don't want to be involved in court cases unless I'm the one bringing litigation to those cunts, right? So when I say they got to go, I mean they violated their oath. They violated the sworn oath that they took, right? And so they have to be removed peacefully by law because they broke the law, right? Now, I don't know all the particulars and how it's written, but that's what has to happen according to the law. So, you know, there's no violent revolution. Nobody's going to get hurt. No one's going to get murdered. That's their game plan. That's what they do. That they Seth Rich people, right? Avicii, Anne Hesh, JFK, his brother, right? Martin Luther King, Brandy Vaughn. You know, the list is too long to name everyone who's been murdered by these pedophiles, right? But that's their game plan, not ours. Ours is truth and transparency. What we do is we walk around with a mirror and we show you what the fuck you look like and how stupid you look, and then we call all our friends over. I know I don't have any friends, whatever, fuck you. You know, and we're like, hey, everybody look at this. This person's a child trafficking pedophile. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, we don't want that person here. Yeah, they're gonna stop that shit, right? It's just sad that all the police are covering it up, you know. I used to have friends. No, I have a lot of good people who are good to me and who know everything about me, and I hope that their purpose in my life is genuine, you know. And I used to be a socialite, right? I used to be a little more tapped in and a little bit happier right before I knew what the fuck was going on. I used to, you know, enjoy hanging out with people, enjoy going and doing stuff. And now I'm just, the only thing I'm focused on is righting the wrong. Nothing else matters, you know. They want to keep me from my son. Dude, people are fucking insane, man. So yeah, nobody's having it. I'm not having it. If you got your finger on the pulse in the country, nobody's having it. And the United States is like, I was gonna make a retarded comment, you know, but I'm not, because I don't like to use retarded that way. But we'll say that the United States, in terms of the learning curve in the rest of the world, we're getting an F. We are definitely getting an F in terms of awareness, right? And that's probably in part due to all of the programming and the chemtrails and the poisons and everything else. But, you know, every other country that's been fucking invaded and genocide by our hand, you know, they all woke up a lot sooner and started paying attention a lot sooner because we suck, essentially, right? Because we allowed our government to go around under the guise of democracy, national security, and a bunch of other horse shit, bunch of other lies, to go kill people, right? And everyone in the military should be aware of that. I feel like a lot of people are saying, you know, it's not right. It's not right what we're doing in Iran. We don't want to send our children over there. The people who are of draft age, I believe, do not want any part of it. Don't want any part of war. War's wrong. Like, it's not a hard concept to follow. War's wrong. Hurting people is wrong. Murder's wrong. And, you know, to have our government, you know, kind of make us to be the terrorists, and we're the people who are the problem, when their actions clearly show that they're a bunch of murderous, treasonous pedophiles, is gaslighting and lies and everything else. So it's time to be logical. It's just time to have real conversations. Anyone who's lying, just, you're done. Like, if you're lying, just, you know, enjoy your paycheck and your gift cards, and you're going to be shown, you know, the door.